In this video, we're going to take a look at conditional formatting. Conditional formatting looks at what values are in your cell and formats it based on that value. We will also take a look at highlighting duplicates with conditional formatting. Now, I've created some examples with a random formula, so you can see that the formatting changes depending on what the values are. You can highlight things like the bottom percentage. We can put data bars, color scales to make it easier for the viewer to just look at your data and kind of see the overall pattern. We also have icon sets, and we can highlight things over a certain value. Now, these are random formulas, so if I calculate the formulas again, you can see the formatting will change on the fly without having to do anything manually. So let's start applying some conditional formatting. Now, the first thing we do is select the range we want to apply the conditional formatting to. And on your Home tab, you're going to look for the Styles group and the Conditional Formatting button. Now, we're going to choose this option, Highlight Cells Rules, and then choose Greater Than. Excel put a suggested number, but we're going to put our own number here. So I want to highlight everything above 150,000 in green. Now, if you wanted to customize your own, you could just choose custom format. For quarter 4, we're going to apply a top and bottom rule. So I go up to conditional formatting, and then I'm going to choose top and bottom rules. And we're going to choose the bottom 10 items. Now for this one, we only want 7. And we're going to leave it at light red fill with dark red text. Quarter 3, let's do a gradient. So you can see you have the ability to do a gradient or solid fill. For this one, I'm going to choose a gradient and then choose orange. For this last column, we're going to go to conditional formatting icon sets and then choose this ratings one, 5 quarters. If you need to change any of your rules, we can manage our current rules by going to conditional formatting and then manage rules. Now in the dialog box, you see at the top drop down, it says current selection. So you only see the rule for the column I had selected. If you need to edit the other rules, we can click the drop down and choose this worksheet. And you see the other rules I have on my worksheet. If the built-in rules are not enough, you can take a deep dive by clicking on new rule, and you can see they're not limited to the built-in functions you saw on the conditional formatting dropdown. You can dive into these options and change pretty much everything as far as your customizations. I'm going to cancel this because I'm not going to create a rule right now. Now, you can also edit a rule if you wanted to change the settings, and you can delete rules here as well. Now you can remove conditional formatting by using the Manage Rules dialog, but you can also use the Clear option. So if I go to Conditional Formatting and Clear Rules, you can see I can remove it from the selected cells, or I can remove it from my entire worksheet. Now, we can also create a conditional formatting rule that can highlight our entire row. So what I'm going to do is select from row 5 to the end. And what I want to do is create a rule to highlight a particular state when I choose it from this drop down here I've created. So I'm going to go up to conditional formatting and choose new rule. Now, the option I want is use a formula to determine which cells to format. So I'm going to click in this box. You can move the window or click this to collapse it. And I'm going to click on cell I5 because I want it to look at that particular cell. Now I'm going to press F4 a couple times because I want it to stay in column I, but I want the row to change. And I'm going to click on cell J3. Now this is the formula that it's going to use to look in this cell and compare it to this one. And then my conditional format will take effect. So I'm going to click on the expand button, then click on format, and I'm just going to choose a light color here, and then click OK. And OK one more time. Now, when I click on this drop down here and choose a state, you can see it highlights the entire row for you. In an earlier video when we went over tables, we talked about removing duplicates. But remember, removing duplicates also exist on the Data tab. Now, when you remove the duplicate, it doesn't tell you which one it removes. So if you were curious and wanted to know which ones were the duplicates, this is how you can do that with conditional formatting. Now, to highlight the duplicates instead of just removing it, I'm going to highlight my range. I just press Control A, and then I'm going to go to my Home tab, then Conditional Formatting, and then New Rule. I want the rule type format only unique or duplicate values. Now I'm going to click on Format. So on the Fill Color tab, I'm going to choose a color and then click OK. And OK one more time. Now it's highlighted the duplicates. So to see the actual rows that have duplicates, I'm going to pick this one under last name. I'm going to right click on it after I've selected it and choose sort. And I want to put selected cell color on top. Now that it's sorted out, you can see that I do have two duplicates right here if you were curious to see which ones they were. I hope you found this useful. Thank you for watching.